Hi, everyone. This is Lorraine Pursell, empowerment coach, and I have a very special young lady here with me today. Her name is Aerin, and she's where are you in? Calgary? No,
Calgary, yeah, Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta, British Columbia. No, not BC. What is it called, BC, up in Canada? What is BC for?
BC is British Columbia, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's Canada?
No,
Okay.
British Columbia is on the coast.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So she's
That's
in
where we
Canada
were.
anyway.
Yeah.
And Aerin and I have been working together for, gosh, I think 6 months or so.
Yeah, maybe just over.
Yeah, and I just asked her if she'd be willing to share a little bit about what it was like to work with me one-on-one privately, and so that she can encourage you if you're interested in getting personal support with me and what that might be like for you or your daughters. Aerin came in through her mom, and her mom got Aerin and I working together. So it's been a big journey, right, Aerin? Oh, and before we start, if you want to know more about my work, you can go to LorrainePursell.com, LORRAINE, purse, like the purse you carry your money in, with a double L at the end, .com. Or you can also get my most popular free ebook called 3 Keys and 13 Tools to Self-Love, which is at 3keystoselflove.com. So Aerin, thank you so much
Hi.
for joining me today. It's so good to see you again. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've been working together for a little bit over 6 months. And why don't you just share a little bit about who you are, and then we'll go into what things were like before we started working together and all that good stuff. So go ahead.
So I'm, oh my God.
You're doing great. It's all good.
I just don't like being recorded. So I'm a 20-year-old, 3 years out of high school. I taken the years off.
You're doing great, sweetheart. You're doing great. You look beautiful. What kind of struggles were you having when we first started spending time together?
I had a really low self-esteem, and I just didn't like my body image. Uh, and I find it very hard to make friends and like to understand myself and why people don't like me. But
Mhm.
as I got to work with you, things kind of changed. You helped me to understand myself a little more and understand the situations. I know school was a really big struggle for me, and just hearing from someone else that they went through the same struggles I've been going through, that really helped me open my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, and what we came to, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, Aerin, is that the reason the reason that you had a hard time making friends, and since then you've made some friends,
Mhm.
is because you're a leader.
Yeah.
And leaders do not follow the herd. Like, you've got your own voice that you're listening to. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, I don't know a whole lot about it still.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm a manifester, like you've said a couple times. So if I really want to know, I'll go out and get it and do it on my own and stop at nothing to get it. So I know that a lot of people that, especially I try to be friends with, I feel like they're kind of the same. So having two leaders is really hard because we challenge each other. Um, and I'm very like stubborn, so a lot of people are like, I don't like that because like I don't want to do what you want to do and you don't want to do what I want to do. So it makes it really hard. But for the friends I do have and understand that, they're they've been there for a while, so they know how to kind of deal with me and everything. So
So tell me about how your self-esteem increased from us spending time together, Aerin.
um well, like I've said a couple times, you've helped me understand who I am and like deep down what lies within. So understanding that a little more helps me like to kind of like I lost the word.
It's okay.
It
Don't
just
worry
helps me like it just helps me understand like who I am, and how I'm gonna be, and if people aren't gonna get that, it's just kind of like that's not my problem. That's kind of a you problem, not a me problem. So
about it.
it just helps me. It's made me feel stronger in the decisions I make and the path I've like chosen for myself. So
And we really discovered that you are powerfully connected to your inner being.
hmm
You're powerfully connected to source energy.
yeah,
And that's one of the issues, because I'm not saying a lot of young people aren't, but you can't put up with BS.
yeah.
Basically, you just can't play the game. You're very strong that way. Can you share a little bit about that reality for you?
Um.
Because I would
well,
ask you about your intuition, and you would just like, I feel like you just got really, really, really strong in your depth.
yeah. Um. It's well, like it's kind of with everyone, but like I've gotten to a point where I really don't want it. I like if someone's like playing games with me, like mind games and all that, I just like I don't want any part of it, because like when I was younger, I would fall for them, but now that I'm starting to get older, I'm just like, yeah, no, like you're not worth it. I'm not chasing you into this game. Like if you want to play games, find someone else. I'm not here to do that. Like if you want to be friends, sure, we're friends, but like don't keep playing mind games with me. It's just like after a while, all the BS gets really boring and really tiring, and it gets very draining. Like your energy drains a lot faster when you play around with it. So I was just like, no. So I know that you've really helped me to be a lot stronger in my decisions, like with my friends and against my family. It's just like if I want to do something, you have to understand this is what I want to do and it's what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
I just love you, Aerin. So my mind is just going to our last session and how we were both crying. And I don't know, it was just a very sweet moment.
Mhm.
We really grew close in that time.
Yeah. Well, um, yeah, you helped me a lot. And to me, it felt like you were kind of a second mom. So that's why, yeah.
Yeah. And I love you so dearly. And I just see who you are. I see your beauty. Your outside beauty is so obvious. When you look back at this recording, you're going to go, wow, this is me. You probably watch it over and over and over again and just enjoy taking
Yeah.
in how gorgeous you are. But what I really enjoyed seeing was your inner beauty and how strong you are, and how you just can tell somebody to F off if they're just not, it's better to be alone than to be with bad company.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really finding this year. Like, uh, halfway through last year, I was really figuring that out, and especially like this year, I really started standing up. It's like I'm getting older, like everyone I know is. So it's just stop being a child. Like you are now an adult, 100% adult. So you need to grow up, and if you can't grow up, I'm out. Like it's just something a lot of people need to hear, including myself at times. I can be a very childish person, and I'm trying to not, but like everyone does have that kind of side to them. But if you take it too far, it's just like no.
So you've really learned to stand alone.
hmm
And what's that
Yeah.
experience been like for you?
Um, it's kind of been a relief because I've kind of like been alone a lot in my life. But like this year, I'm starting to really be like, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I want me time. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, and I like me time quite a bit. It's just like I like to relax, especially if I've been having a bad week or a bad day. I'm just like, I'm just gonna have some wine and sit in the bathtub and watch a movie and go to bed.
And by the
So
way, for those of you who are in the US, the drinking age in Canada is 19? Is that right?
18.
18.
It's 18 in Alberta and 19 everywhere else. So
when she says she's 20 and she's having wine, it's because it's legal drinking age there.
yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Aerin, and how you really stepped into what I was presenting, because I know sometimes, because I really see you and I really see my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I see your potential and I see who you really are and I see what your next steps are so clearly. And sometimes it's painful. Yeah. But how did working together help you progress through some of those passages that weren't so comfortable?
About that. Like I said before, school was a really, really big thing. And kind of like working with you helped me figure out what I really liked. And in this circumstance, like when we were talking or like started talking, I was really big into fitness, and I still am. And I decided to go down the nutrition path of it. So I would love to be a nutritionist, because I pay so much attention to what I eat and like what my friends eat and what my family eats. Like I just kind of pay attention to it. So to help someone with that, because I know it is a really big struggle. Like I'm still struggling with it. It's hard to find a balance between I want to be healthy and fit and I want to go out and have fun. Like it's just like finding that balance and helping other people find that balance, I think would be a really cool thing, because I do like helping people, but I'm not much of a people person. So if I could do it in a way that I'm not around people a lot, that's kind of something I'm into. So yeah, but working with you helped me figure that out, because like you just kind of helped me find who I am inside and like how to stand up against like my dad and all that, who was really like pushing me to go to school, but I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So it's just kind of like, back off, I'll find it in my own time, and when like I'm ready I will go, kind of thing. So you really helped me in that sense. So
it's such a big passage too, just feeling like we're pressured to figure out what we want to do the rest of our lives, and to come to peace with where we are. And something you said about you're not a people person, and I think, but you really want to help people too, but you need a lot of alone time. Yeah. And so coming to that place where it was okay to not be surrounded by friends, and kind of like what society thinks, you have to have friends all the time and doing something all the time with your friends, and that's just not you. Yeah.
Like I get bursts where I want to do that, but then I also have like weeks where I'm like, please just, you can text me, I just don't want to see you. So yeah, I've taken a few tests and they tell me I'm an ambivert, so I pull from both sides of the spectrum, and I see that in myself a lot. So
I've never heard that word before. Ambivert?
Ambivert, yeah. It's like ambivert, yeah. It pulls, so you sit in the middle of a spectrum and you pull qualities from both sides at time, like, and that's what I was saying. Like at times, yeah, I want to go out and party and be at the club and be around a lot of people, but like that only happens maybe once or twice a month. And the other times, yeah, I'll go to smaller house parties, or I'll just, like I said, sit in the bathtub with a glass of wine and watch a movie, kind of thing. So it really depends on my mood. So
what do you think the advantage is, Aerin, for being so young? We started when you were 19, and finding your center and your core so early on. What advantage do you think that has given you? How has that boosted you?
Well, it's made me feel a lot more comfortable in my own body. Like I still don't love myself 100%, but like I'm working on that daily, like a lot of other people are. But I think that finding comfort in yourself at a young age is really helpful, because especially in today's society where it's like you have to look like this and you have to constantly be this and you have to fit into this size, like I find that really hard. I'm very influenced by that. My weight is a big thing, like not necessarily weight, but like how I look. I'd like a lot more muscle tone on me, so, and it's just a hard thing. And finding like love within yourself is a great thing to do younger on, because as you get older, you just like, you're constantly busy and you constantly can't, like, you constantly make up excuses. I find a lot more when you're older. So starting younger, you already have a little bit of confidence, so you just need to keep building on it. But like if you're older, you will always try and put it off, be like, oh, I have a family event, I have to go to work, I have to do this. So when you're younger and you have a little more free time, if you can like do exercises like the meditation you give us, if you just do that, like you'll find your groundings, your bearings a little more. And I feel like it's just smarter to get your foot in the door earlier on than later. So
yeah, and you can probably go on, Aerin, to help people understand that even though they do get older and they have responsibilities, you can still get your ass out there on the walking trail and go full power.
It's never too late to start.
Yeah, I mean, those are just excuses. And if you've fallen off the wagon, you just get back up and you start. It happens to me all the time. It's like, oh, okay, I'm exhausted, but I'm coming home and I've got my running shoes in the back. I'm going to just go to the walking trail, put on my sneakers and walk just 1 mile.
Yeah.
So it's just that. So that I see that as one of the things that you can help those of us who are, further down the road, go remind us,
Yeah.
So what would you say to somebody who might be considering having private coaching with me, but maybe they're like, oh, the money, or, oh, I don't have time, or I could just put this off? What would you say to them? What would be your advice?
I would say, like, I would 100% do it. It will help a lot. The money aspect, like, I'm 20. I don't have a lot of money either, so I get that. But like, see if your parents will lend you the money, or if they'll do it. If they can't, just try and somehow get the money. And like, I know I hear Lorraine telling my mom it a lot. Do what you love, and the money will come. So you don't have to worry. Like, I'm not in a great financial state. I'm 20, like I said. Like, it's when you're 20, you typically don't have a lot of money. You're going to school, you're working, like you're paying bills, you're paying rent, kind of thing. But if you feel like it's something you need to do and it's going to help you, don't worry about the money aspect, because the money will come later on.
Yeah, and women find a way to get whatever they want anyway. They find a way to manifest it. So if you want it bad, the money will come, because God gives us the desires of our heart. The desire is there from above, wherever, and the money's there, or you wouldn't have the desire.
Yeah.
So if I can help anybody who's considering this, help them find the money, I'm more than happy to do that, because it's happened to me so many times, and for my clients so many times. It's like a miracle. You think, oh, there's no money, but it's like, that's scarcity. Let me help you get out of that so you can get what you need.
Yeah.
And get the leg up. Because what if working together made all of the difference, and you became a powerhouse, and you became on your life's purpose, and you got really powerful and strong, which is what happens.
Yeah. So.
Any final words, dear one?
I can't really think of anything. Yeah, like, adding on to like that last thing, I think like people really should take this opportunity, even if they're questioning it. I would say at least do like one session with you and see how it goes. Like, because the first one's always a little awkward, because like they don't know who you are, you don't really know them. Like, it's just like, give it a shot, and I think it'll really help, because it really, really helped me. And maybe later on down the road, when I have the money to do the sessions, I'll start back up again, and like I'll just become better. So I think it's a really great opportunity to take.
Thank you, darling, so much. It's so good to see you again. I just love you with all my heart.
Thank you. And thank you for this opportunity.
Yes. So if this is resonating with you, reach out to me. You can email me, Lorraine at lorrainepursell.com, or go to my website. There's a pop-up that comes up for an hour consultation with me, or I can listen to you and see what you need and see if I can help you with that. And so again, that's LORRAINE purse, like the purse you carry your money in with a double L at the end. .com, LorrainePursell.com. Aerin, blessings.
Thank you.
Let's stay in touch. Text me. Let me know how you're
For
doing.
sure.
I definitely
Yeah.
want to stay in touch with you, darling.
Yeah, for sure. Will do.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.